Friday Writing Challenge. The Great Escape. 9 Jews Who Fled Hitler and Changed the World. Katy Martin. She's also the author of Our Hidden Power, Presidential Marriages That Shaped History. On the back, it talks about how there is no exaggeration at all is needed to stress the importance of these individuals who really did change the world, as the book's subtitle has it. No false melodrama is needed for Martin to make this an intensely gripping story. For a European, this story, with its reminder of horrors still living within memory, is painful and absorbing to read. I believe it's important to read true stories and history, and that it is important to know about hidden facts, lost things, like the Hidden Figures, the 3 women that helped NASA get to the moon. That was an incredible story to read. And the 12 Years a Slave, or Harriet Beecher Stowe's Uncle Tom's Cabin. And it was 2 years ago that I read at the same time, because I read nonfiction in the mornings when I'm a bit more awake, and I read fiction at night. And I was reading Viktor Frankl's Man's Search for Meaning and The Tattooist of Auschwitz. It was incredible to read those 2 at the same time. So I went, and at a secondhand store this week, I found this one and a bunch of others. Now, shall we open the page and see what we've got here? No, not finding anything there. So let's just talk about how have you changed the world? Now, I know that's really big, and that might be ludicrous or ridiculous for me to ask, but we have a smaller world right around us, our zone of influence, the people. How have we changed things? When my son was in grade 2 and was being bullied by a student in the classroom, and then I found out that the teacher was the babysitter for that bully's older siblings. This child was born later in life, and when she was of babysitting age, she'd babysat the older siblings, and she was quite connected with the family. I considered that a conflict of interest, and asked for my son to be moved to the other grade 2 classroom. The school refused. How did I change my son's world? We call it pulling an Arthur. I had a friend named Arthur, who was a plumber, who had an Armani suit and a briefcase. And he got dressed in his Armani suit, shaved, cologned, and brought his briefcase, and came to a school meeting with me, set his briefcase on his lap. And by our agreement, he was only going to say a few words. That was it. And they asked who he was, and the few words he said was, "I'm an interested party in the proceedings today." That's it. That's all he said. They honored my request and changed my son to the other classroom, because the bully was also born with a heart defect, and so he was pampered and favored. Maybe not, but you know what? Not everybody has to like my son. There are times that I didn't really like him much. Loved him, yes. But he did much better in the other classroom. So there are little ways we can change the world. When have you gone to bat for someone? When have you stood up and advocated for someone? And have you ever needed someone to pull an Arthur for you? Or create that scene in a fictional story? There you go. Bye for now. Go write.